You didn't ask, but we're going to be reviewing Ari Aster's new film, Eddington. I'm Jory.
I'm Tyler.
I'm Spencer.
All
Yes, so
right.
we're going to. Oh,
No, yeah, go.
you got you.
Go.
We're going to start
Go.
with a. Oh my gosh. We're going to start with a spoiler free review, and then we're going to get into spoilers like normal.
But first,
there's a lot of stuff going on, so I'll let you
but first, yeah,
A whole lot going on.
there's a whole lot going on. First thing is rip to an absolute legend. Ozzy Osbourne passed away today. Are you guys big Ozzy Osbourne fans, Black Sabbath fans, or?
I mean, he was a cool guy. I can't say I knew that much of his music, honestly, but he had a few bangers, the ones that I knew.
Yeah, I would say I'm like a huge fan, but like the songs when they come on, I feel like. There was one song that there was one song that he dropped recently, like within the last couple years. I think it was Ordinary Man with Elton John.
Ooh, that's a good one.
I used to listen to that song like every day for like a year.
I grew up listening to Ozzy Osbourne, Black Sabbath. Iron Man is an absolute banger. That's a great song.
Classic for sure.
What are your guys' favorite Ozzy Osbourne song?
Crazy Train, probably.
Crazy. I was gonna say, yeah.
Okay.
I feel like
Crazy Train, Mama, I'm Coming Home.
There for me. Iron Man. The time I was a kid.
Yeah.
Just seeing that, like, oh my god.
Yeah.
That's got to be up there.
Great musician.
I think he was on his farewell tour too.
He was. He must have known or something. Just doing his last, concert ever. So very sad.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace. Rest in darkness. That's what it says.
Okay.
Rest in darkness. The Prince of Metal. The Godfather of Metal. The Prince of Darkness, I think is what they call him. The Prince of Darkness, the Godfather of Metal. I think is what it is. But
rest in peace.
Yeah, rest in peace. Rest in peace.
Sure, rest in peace.
You gave us some great music, Ozzy. You gave us some great music. Next up, though, did you guys see the Predator Badlands official trailer?
Of course.
I'm expecting big things out of that movie.
Dude.
It looks nice.
That movie looks insane. As a huge Predator fan, yeah, it seems like the trailer has like a very God of War. Did you play God of War? Where
2018
Kratos has a Mimir on his back and like carrying him and stuff. Like that's the vibe it's giving me, and I just think it looks great. It's really cool that we're getting like more alien crossover stuff. And we kind of get like the robot droid like robot construction thing from the ending of Alien 2. We see that at the ending of this trailer. We get to see like the Yautja hunting this unkillable beast. I have a theory that maybe in Predator Badlands, my theory is that the Xenomorph shows up. That maybe that's the true thing we're hunting, because why would they show the true villain in the story? I don't know. I don't know if I want that.
I'm excited to see the lore though that they bring out.
Yeah,
because there's going to be so much depth added to like the Predators like characters.
Yeah,
that we've never really seen before. We don't really get to see them win hunts.
This is the first time that we're gonna get it as a protagonist, and hopefully it'll win. So, yeah, George, did you see it?
Yeah, the trailer seemed like it had a comedic feel to it a little bit with I don't know, with the android lady. I don't really know what
the synthetic.
Right. So, and like you mentioned, I don't know if you mentioned it during the Killer of Killers episode, but it's cool that they're like connecting those two worlds together, like the alien world and Predator. So
so this is made by Dan Trachtenberg, and he even was like, yeah, we're crazy. We made 2 Predator films in 1 year. Like, we're releasing 2 in 1 year. This is awesome. So really hyped to see it. All I got to say, seeing the new Predator Badlands trailer, absolute cinema. Absolute cinema. Martin Scorsese meme and everything. It looks sick. The action looks sick. I think the main Yautja, Dak, I think is his name, looks really good. Like, I think they got the design down a good amount. And I also think that the synthetic being his counterpart is a really cool.
Yeah. I was wondering at first how they were gonna have like a human being next to a predator like that, and it worked. But I think it makes more sense that it's a synthetic.
Yeah, it's a synthetic. And the synthetic looked like it was like killing shit. Like it like takes down that like animal monster.
Yeah, we've never seen a move like that.
Yeah, right. So
That's
very, very, very hyped for that. So, Jory, you got anything else to say about Badlands?
No, other than Killer of Killers was a top movie for me this year thus far, and I feel like I'm pretty excited for the Badlands, so
Oh
it
yeah,
should be good.
Oh yeah.
I do have two. I got something before we start our
Oh.
Eddington review.
Let's hear it. Let's hear it.
Well, one, I am now an A-list member for AMC.
Oh,
So
give it up for him.
Yeah, what up, A-list?
So now I will habitually be in the movie theater, probably an unhealthy amount, just to.
Dude, AMC A-list and any like movie subscription is so worth it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Like having had it, I'm seeing so many more movies than I would have thought about.
I mean, even with the movies I was going to see regardless, I'd be spending 40, 60, 80, $100 a month. Now I'm spending 25.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you basically spend $20
every time
you go to the theater anyway. Like if you're going to go see Superman and Fantastic Four this month, you're already out of $40.
Yep.
Right. So shout out that. And also, I was scrolling the timeline earlier today, and I saw an interesting little tweet from Apple TV. All it said was, "Happiness is contagious," period, from the creator of Breaking Bad.
Oh,
that's all it is. That's all it says. So, Vince Gilligan, in my opinion, I think Breaking Bad's like one of the best shows of all time. I don't think that's a crazy opinion, but looking into this, I guess that Ray Seahorn, who plays Kim Wexler in Better Call Saul, who in the Breaking Bad Better Call Saul universe is one of my favorite characters, I think, in the entire universe. She's, I guess, going to be
what character is it? I just started Better Call Saul.
Kim Wexler, she's like the blonde other lawyer, kind of love interest of.
Saul.
Yeah, so she's like I said, I think she's like one of my favorite characters in the whole Breaking Bad universe, and I guess she's going to be like the protagonist of whatever this upcoming series is. They said it's.
Is it related to the Breaking Bad universe, or is it completely new?
Yeah, I really don't know. They don't have much. I think there's going to be a trailer released this week.
Ooh.
But it says it's an untitled psychological sci-fi project. That's all I know right now.
I like it.
So I don't know if it's going to be related, if it's a sci-fi thing. But regardless, I feel like I'm probably going to tap.
If you don't see it, we got the Breaking Bad poster up here as well. Yeah. So
very exciting.
Yeah,
I loved.
Real quick, cool. I just started Better Call Saul. I'm like seven episodes into Better Call Saul, and it's already peak. I love it.
I love that show, bro. It's so good.
Bob Odenkirk is literally perfect. Like, I love him as Jimmy Saul.
Yeah, I got to.
And like,
Better Call Saul before the new show comes out.
And I thought when I watched Better Call Saul, I was like, oh, is this going to be like boring boilerplate lawyer talk for like 5 seasons? But like, it has so much depth to it, dude.
So
and like,
much.
It just it reaches like different themes and that Breaking Bad just like really couldn't. So
I think the thing that I'm loving about it right now is like Breaking Bad was, how does Walt use chemistry to get out or get into criminal activity? And this is, how does Jiminy navigate the lawyer world, the criminal world, what would be the word? How does he navigate being a lawyer and to get in and out of like maybe criminal activity?
Yeah, without like trying to become jaded. Like he's still trying to like,
he's a good guy.
Book. And his brother has like a huge influence on him, and Kim has a huge influence on him. Like, it's so well done.
Show. I can't wait to watch more. But
yeah, that was all I had.
Yeah, on that, let's jump into Eddington. Spoiler free. What do you guys think of Eddington? Give me your review out of 10. Spencer?
Hmm. You know, I actually went back and forth a few times on how I felt about Eddington. The first night, I was like, I wasn't really liking it. The next day, when I thought about it some more, I was like, you know what? I actually like a lot of the uncomfortable questions that it forces you to ask.
Yeah.
So for that, I'm going to give it an 8.
Okay.
Ooh. Okay.
Jory?
Yeah, I felt the same way, Spencer, where like I walked out of the theater and I was like, I was just kind of listing off all the things I didn't like about it.
Yeah.
We did the exact same.
But I think, yeah, sleeping on it for a couple of days and like thinking about it more, I'm probably like 7.5, like 7.6.
Yeah.
Somewhere.
As we just said, coming out of the
Jory decimal.
Yeah, the same as literally. Yeah, coming out of the theater, I really didn't know how I was feeling about it. Like part of me liked it, but then part of me just like didn't feel connected to it. I couldn't really tell what I liked or didn't like. I liked it, but I also didn't like it. I don't know. Sleeping on it, thinking about what it was trying to say, what it was trying to push forward, and thinking about the fact that it just made an actual thriller that has some messages about something we went through that is going to be a huge part of history forever.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. I don't think it's perfect. I think it's got some Ari Aster weirdness to it, and I also think it's got some Ari Aster problems with it. But I didn't hate it. I've seen before going into this movie, I saw one person give it a 1 star, and then I saw one person give it a 5 out of 5. So I really had no clue what to think. I'm gonna give it a 7. I think it's got problems, but I also really like what it was trying to do.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, I think based on how this conversation goes, I feel like it's going to trend down for me from my original rating, but we'll see.
We'll see.
But I
my
think
rating is definitely fluid at the start of this episode.
Oh yeah, definitely fluid. All right, well, let's get into spoilers. I feel like this is the type of movie that you kind of just need to get into spoilers. So, first thing is, how did you guys think he handled like COVID times and political turmoil back in like 2020?
And we're talking about the mayor.
Talking about everyone,
perspective,
everything.
mayor. Okay,
all of it.
I actually like that they showed both sides.
Yeah,
like it was interesting seeing the main character go so hard against masks, I guess, and trying to like use that as like a running platform. But it was cool to see the other side of it too, where it's like the mayor has his mask mandate that he's abiding by. He wants all of his citizens in the community to abide by. And then you just have those people, and it felt real kind of.
Yeah.
Like to see those like groups of people that don't want to do what everybody else is doing.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought it was really interesting that the film takes a very centralist approach.
Yeah.
It's not telling you one politics, one side is better than the other. It's kind of saying like, hey, we're all kind of screwed up.
Yeah.
And kind of just showing us the horrors of that time and like how much it's changed society and people and how people look at each other and how politics and this pandemic just tore the United States basically in half.
Yeah.
And it's not saying, hey, you should be this political party or you should be this one. It's kind of showing you that both are kind of have good and bad points to it.
Yeah.
I thought this was like very clearly a satire, like political satire that took shots that you guys said, like Central's view that took shots at like both sides of the coin. I thought Ari Aster did a really good job just capturing the delusion of the pandemic during this time, because I felt like, I think when everyone was kind of bottled up and no one had anywhere to go and everyone was really looking for like, I don't know, a sense of belonging, everyone became really divided. And I felt like Ari Aster hit on all these things. Like we'll get into like, you know, with the whole like Black Lives Matter movement with the group of younger people in the town, and then obviously the whole like mask mandate debate going on between, you know, everyone in the town and the sheriff and the mayor. But like you said, I think it was just funny to see like every single thing kind of get hit on in this movie. Like you have conspiracy theorists and cult leaders, and
he literally took everything from 2020 and just threw it into a movie. And that's actually one problem I had with it, is just like so many times things were just happening, and it was just like I didn't
too much was going on.
Yeah, not necessarily in a way of like I couldn't understand it because we lived through it, but I felt like, oh, we're dealing with COVID and how he now is getting COVID, but I never really felt like him getting COVID actually ended up affecting the plot too much.
Yeah, it was more so like he didn't wear his mask and said no COVID exists in this town, and then
it basically helped push them, I guess, to get stabbed in the head.
Yeah, somehow.
Yeah,
but no, what did you think about how like every act was kind of like different? So like the beginning act was like COVID mask mandate, the beginning or second act was like Black Lives Matter, and then third act was more like Antifa and like conspiracy stuff. Did you have a favorite part?
Personally, I hated the final act with the whole Antifa group. Like, I think that was the worst part, the worst decision to have put in this film. It made zero sense to me. Like, I think it makes sense with like the mask mandate to create tension between like the sheriff and the mayor, like kind of build that tension. And then obviously with like the young kids in the town, like protesting, like I thought that was good, like kind of showcasing the downfall of Joe, the sheriff, like kind of everything that was going on in his life, on top of his wife leaving him. And that's another thing we could talk about. That was I didn't like that either.
No, I didn't really like that whole.
I hated this subplot of Austin Butler's cult leader with taking Emma Stone away. I thought it was terrible, underused, and just bloated the movie.
Yeah, I didn't feel like they did a good job setting it up.
Nope.
Either character never really felt like valuable to me, like while I was watching it. Like after his wife left, I wasn't like, oh no, his wife is gone. I was just like, okay, we barely saw her on screen anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I thought the whole Antifa thing was so stupid. I felt like they set up the I think it was Officer like Butterfly, the like indigenous guy who showed up in like the middle of the movie after Joe murders the mayor and his son. I thought that was like setting up kind of he was going to be like the one to take down Joe. But then they don't really show him at all, like near the end of the movie. And then they fly in these like anonymous. Well, yeah, obviously he got shot.
Doesn't he get his like leg blown off and then his like head shot?
And then the one shot that other guy hits the whole time.
Oh yeah,
that made me mad.
Yeah, the whole time like,
that complete literal stormtrooper aim when the mayor's running, or prospective mayor, I guess, is the sheriff, is running through the town getting gunned at. Not a single shot lands, and then after he blows off the other cop's leg, the guy gets dome shotted.
Yeah,
no, I was mad about this.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing I got to say about the third act of Eddington is it really shows that Ari Aster, I think, can do any type of genre. Like, I think it was directed really well. I think it was acted really well. I think it had good tension. But I think the story beat of what happened within that just didn't add up. I didn't really like it. I understand what it was trying to say, but for the ending of this film, it just, again, it kind of like made me go like, what? Why? What? Yeah. I thought...
When I first saw the ending, I initially hated it.
Yeah.
But then, like, after sleeping on it, I was like, I mean, I guess in real life, in the real world, like, nothing's ever that neat for you to get, like, a complete conclusion. So maybe that's what they were going for. And then I kind of hated it less. But I don't know. There's definitely too many different plot lines in this movie, I felt like. And every single one of them I didn't think added value.
Yeah.
Like, here's what I'm saying about the Officer Butterfly thing, because there was a point in the movie where he's in the sheriff's office and he sees on the whiteboard, like, I think
Yeah,
it said like
yeah.
campaign ideas, and you can see like that the E in ideas is like similar to the one that was spray painted in the mayor's house after he was murdered. And I thought like at that point he was gonna like go and compare the two and then like question Joe or like try and take down Joe. But then like he goes to his mom's house or something and like asks, or like his, I guess, mother-in-law's house, and then asks
if they have any
like,
guns there.
if they have a gun, and then like we don't really see him for like the rest of the movie until he gets killed. And I was just like,
Yeah.
Yeah, they wasted that.
I feel like that's like one of those instances where it's like an actual police officer, I don't think would work that way. They would probably like take in that poster or that whiteboard as like evidence and like compare it and not sprint out and like be super obvious that you're gonna like do something.
right.
And then of all the places to go when you see the guy chasing you down in the car behind you, you're going to go to his mom.
Yeah.
Come on.
Like, it just didn't make any sense.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, I
like you said,
when Antifa like blew that guy up, basically.
Oh yeah. The other police officer.
Deputy.
The sheriff. Or no, the deputy. Yeah.
The deputy. When they were supposed to be saving it. I didn't like understand what that was like accomplishing.
I think the whole point of it is that like Antifa and there are people out there that are taking advantage of the things happening in the world and the splitness of the United States and using that as cover for their terrorist attacks.
Yeah.
That's kind of the way I took it, was like, because they're not really there because they lit the word on fire that said like no peace. So it's like they're trying to make it
on fire.
Yeah. So I think they're trying to make it seem like it was the BLM movement, where in reality it was just like they're just being terrorists to be terrorists. I think.
Maybe.
I don't know. What do you think, Jory?
I feel like honestly I'd probably have to rewatch the movie.
I know, right?
There were so many.
Yeah, I mean, Eddington is definitely one of those movies that you need to watch more than once to like truly get the value out of it.
Yeah,
because there's so much in it. There's so many layers into it, so many characters into it, and
they don't get you fast.
Yeah, and with it being something that we went through, there's a lot to digest and try to figure out what it's trying to tell us about this time that we lived through.
I think, I guess, a little unrelated to, like, I don't know. Well, I think, like you guys mentioned earlier, like it was cool to see that they took shots like at both sides, because I think you mentioned, Tyler, like you saw someone who gave this like a 1-star review and then like a 5-star review. So I think people took offense to this movie because they saw themselves in some of the characters, but I think that's like the whole point of the movie. Like, there's like a lot of like, you know, like I think the whole like coalition of like young people who are like trying to be activists were like perfectly like depicted, I think, because I felt like at this time, again, you talk about like a sense of belonging. I think there was like a huge push in like these young people like wanting to get out and like protest and do all these things because they did not have anything else to do. And then once, you know, the pandemic measures were kind of eased up, that all kind of faded away. But I think it provided like a lot of really funny moments, like Brian, who was like the kid who was like hitting on the girl Sarah, when he goes to like his dad and like his family, they're sitting around the dinner table, he's like explaining
like
that was cool.
like about white taking over or whatever like that, and you can't let white, and they're like,
that was so
what did they say?
I'm not even gonna say it, but
we're not gonna say that.
Are you dude, everyone started laughing in the theater when he said that.
Because it just felt like true to
that's the thing. Because if you really think about it, like back then, a lot of people, and I don't think it tries to put them into a bad spotlight. It's just trying to show that, like you said, Jory, in this time period of COVID, everyone's isolated and everyone has to, you know, social distance, and you have this want to be around people and help out people if you're looking into that side. And so a lot of people ended up just kind of joining the cause, joining the movement without truly understanding it, posting the black square on Instagram and stuff. A lot in the moment, everyone had good intentions with it, but when you look back at it, you're like, that didn't really help much.
I will say though, Brian was one of my favorite characters in the movie.
Yeah.
He was really well represented as like a layered character.
Yeah.
Because he's at all the marches and stuff at first to get with the girl. And then he sees his friend get the girl after he was talking crap about her.
Yeah.
And then you see his like motives kind of change a little bit. He sends the picture to the deputy of them together trying to break him up. But even through all that, he is still going back to his family and saying all this other stuff, even when he hears them not agreeing.
Yeah, it's like an interesting layered character because we know that a lot of the time in the beginning and throughout the film, and even at the end when they shows that he became TikTok famous off of it, was that he's really just using this all for clout and to get closer to the people he wants to get closer to. But there's also, I think, a part of him that was starting to learn and starting to make his own conscious beliefs on what he was seeing and feeling. It was interesting too because if you made this movie in, let's say, New York City, Philadelphia, LA, Atlanta, even I don't know, some big city in the United States, it would be a very different movie. But you're taking it in a town that's like
barely any people,
in there.
Everybody probably already knows.
So it's a boiling pot, and it's a powder keg, which we'll talk about the sheriff and the mayor and how they just add to this powder keg. But because there's so little people there, everyone becomes an exaggerated piece of something that we saw throughout 2020. And I think that was like the best part of Eddington was that there were so many people in the movie where I was like, oh,
I know somebody.
I know someone who was kind of like that. And I was like, damn.
I think if there's a silver lining with the whole Antifa like final act thing, it was the Brian becoming like a right-wing influencer at the end, like because he saved the Joe like
wait.
That was literally like the funniest thing ever.
How did you feel about that scene?
Which one?
Where the mayor's getting like stabbed.
The sheriff.
Oh, you mean the sheriff?
I was about to bring that up.
The wrong thing.
Well, at this point, he was basically mayor.
Yeah, by the end. The sheriff.
I honestly, like, it kind of came out of nowhere, but like, again, so many people were shooting at him, and he just like completely missed every shot. Then I love it. He goes into the gun store right in the middle of his town. And he comes out with a LMG and just starts shooting. Does not care where or who or what he's doing.
That breeds.
But I think that's like another part of him is that he was so focused and selfish in his reasons that he's not even thinking of like the people that are getting hurt because of what he's doing right now. He's just doing it to, survive and be the mayor. I'm
not gonna lie, I thought it was close when he got stabbed. Like when that first knife hit his brain, I was like, "Yeah, he's gone."
Yeah, that's I thought he was. Oh, I love it. Brian comes over, and he's like, "I saved you, and he's just recording him. He's not doing anything to help him. Like that's what I really like.
Circle moment.
Yeah, I really like that because it was just like again, even back then, how everyone was so engrossed in their phones and social media and stuff, and even nowadays, that like. You just saw your sheriff get stabbed in the head in a gigantic shootout happen in your town, and you're just like, holy shit.
I literally.
Just another day in New Mexico.
Yeah, right?
I guess
normal.
More on like a. Oh, go ahead.
No, you go. Yeah.
I think more on like a serious note, since you mentioned like Joe being like a real selfish, very conceited person, like. You can talk about using his wife's trauma to like try and boost his political campaign. I thought that was like, but I think that's why I didn't really like it so much because like, I don't know. I think in a way, like I understand why that's in the movie because you want to showcase why Joe is like, such a bad guy pretty much. But I don't know. It just felt weird when you're like, you put in all of these things and then you add like something real serious, like sexual abuse or like presumed sexual abuse.
I mean,
and then
I guess let's just talk Joe as
pushed off
Total. So Joe, the sheriff in Eddington, was just such an interesting character because this is like one of the only movies I've seen in a long time where it really doesn't try to make you like its main character. It shows you everything about its main character. He is an exaggeration of what he's supposed to be. And I kind of feel like they didn't really want you to like him. And I feel like that was the big thing. And I think at that point, we all hate him is like when he uses his wife's potential rape and sexual abuse for his own personal gain. And that obviously backfires on him.
Yeah. Does he know? Like, does the mom know the situation that's actually happened with the sexual assault? Because I remember the scene where the other guy came in and they were talking about it. It seemed like both of them weren't really as knowledgeable as they claimed to be about the trauma that she had gone through. Like they were telling her like stuff about it. I feel like
I kind of feel like that just goes along with the whole fact that the subplot of Emma Stone's wife character with the cult and everything was just underbaked. It was just underbaked.
There was supposed to be more there than we.
You could have had a whole movie of him dealing with the cult and the sheriff and the wife and him trying to like become mayor, and he's using that. But then you throw in COVID, you throw in Black Lives Matter, you throw in Antifa, you would throw in 2020, you throw in the mayor, and the mayor's running this and that. And it's just the most and murder.
The
Yeah.
detectives, then you have the cop getting it.
Yeah. And then you have like it's just
I don't know. There was so much going on in this movie.
Yeah.
It's just too much to process.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just think it just was underbaked. I think the whole plot line was underbaked. And if like looking back at the trailer, I was like, they really marketed like Emma Stone and Austin Butler like big in this movie, and he's like barely in it.
Do you think Eddington is a summer blockbuster or just a summer movie to see?
I don't think it's a summer blockbuster. I think it's coming out in a really bad time sandwich for right between Superman and Fantastic Four. So no one's going to be thinking about it past this week. I don't think it's a blockbuster. Mostly, I don't think the budget was that big, and I don't think it gives up blockbuster vibes, even though it's shot really well and can give off vibes there. But I don't think the story and the conventional characters and the eventual climax of the movie gives summer blockbuster vibes. I think it's a good movie, and I think it's the quintessential 2020 COVID film. Not that there's that many, but
yeah,
it does have problems.
What do you think, Jory?
I mean, I think I see a lot of people saying that they don't like movies about COVID and like the pandemic, and they hate that it reminds them of like the time that was. But like, I really don't have a problem like seeing people masked up and talking about and getting COVID tests like in media. Like, obviously, it was like a difficult time for the whole world, and a lot of people died, and it was terrible in that sense. But I felt like, I don't know. Like it is like a time in history that is going to be remembered forever. And I feel like I don't know. Like obviously it only happened 5 years ago. So it's still very raw.
5 years ago. Time is flying.
yeah.
That's crazy.
Sometimes.
So
yeah, I agree with you, Jory. I don't need to not see COVID movies. I personally would rather, if there's a movie happening, just don't make it take place during COVID. I don't want to see masks unless it's part of the story, just because I don't know. When I'm seeing a movie that's more fantastical, it's supposed to take me out of my real life, I don't want to see it. But if I'm seeing a movie directly about it, I want to see it. I think that this movie did a really good job. And to be honest, like as a germaphobe, seeing Eddington really triggered my like flight or fight. Like seeing like the sheriff's nose dripping and like the guy's coughing, and then there's like some woman in our theater coughing, and I'm like looking over like I'm like you're just like the sheriff.
flashbacks.
Yeah, so like there's a part of me that like definitely thought that it really represented that time pretty well.
I think that as like a period piece time, maybe in like 15, 20 years, like COVID movies could be pretty cool.
Yeah.
I'm not looking for a bunch of COVID movies right now because it's just still so recent. But if it plays a role in the plot like it did here, I think it would be cool.
Yeah.
But like 20 years from now, if you want to set like a zombie movie in the middle of COVID, I'd be like, okay.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I don't really know. I could be completely wrong here, but I don't think like 5 years after World War
Yeah.
II, like they were making World War II movies. But nowadays, World War II movies are really amazing movies to watch and like see the history behind it. I think this was really interesting. I can't believe Eddington exists. Honestly, I didn't really think anyone would like green like this, but like Ari Aster really brought his unique spin onto this time. What do you guys think of Pedro Pascal's character of the mayor and his eventual fate of not really being in the last third of the movie?
I think he did a good job here. I thought him as a foil for the sheriff was a cool like opposite. And I thought the scene where he walked in and they had their like disagreement the first time about the masks, and then the second time when he went back and he was smacking him in the house was really cool.
I love that face smack where he was just like he came back, just to give him a little bitch
At the
slap.
time, like you see that slap and you're thinking like, there's no way he's just gonna let that slide, right? Like he's got to do
But
something.
then he let it slide, and you're like, oh, okay.
And you're like, okay, is this growth for the character?
Did not let it slide.
No, he did not let it slide at all.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I'm kind of indifferent on like Pedro Pascal, and it's funny because Fantastic Four comes out this week, so we'll see him in another role soon. But I kind of feel like he's a little. I don't know. He's just a little underwhelming. Like I just feel like he doesn't really pop in this movie to me. Like I just felt like Joaquin Phoenix like did a really good job portraying like a crazed, like super selfish and conceited sheriff that like just is power hungry. Like you said, Spencer, earlier, like Brian's character was really funny, like with his motives. Even the Pedro Pascal's son in this movie, Eric, I think his name was like also like I don't know, like really twisted, and I felt like had a really interesting personality and character. But I felt like Pedro Pascal,
Eric's character.
Again, I think it's just really interesting. Again, these are kids, these are young teens, and just during that time period, they're not realizing how much they're adding to this powder keg that's happening around them, and the eventual explosion of that powder keg.
I liked how real they felt, though.
Yeah.
Like Eric going against his dad's mask mandate because he wants to go outside and hang with his friends. Even if you don't agree with what he's doing, it seems like the decision that like a teenage kid his age would be making. So I thought they did a really good job with the teens and kids in the movie, especially making them seem like real people.
Definitely.
yeah.
I will say, as much as I know there's a little bit of Pedro Pascal fatigue right now because he's just in everything, I like him. I feel like he brought like a very calming presence to this movie for the first, while I felt like I really felt that in the grocery store where the sheriff is just causing an absolute scene. But Pedro Pascal's character, the mayor, is there, and it's just like, okay, like you kind of feel safe with him there, which is like what he's trying to do. He's the mayor. He's trying to make everyone feel safe and everything like that. And I feel like he gave this really great presence in the film as a combatant against the sheriff. My only critique with it is I wish we got more of them in the same room. I wish we got more Pedro Pascal and Joaquin Phoenix in the same room arguing and bouncing off of each other in Eddington. I really felt like some of the best scenes in the movie was when they were together and their ideologies are bouncing off each other, and you're seeing how they're trying to outmaneuver each other, and just seeing how every time they talk, the divide just grows more and more.
Yeah. I'm still hung up on who they said killed the mayor, though. Did they just write that off as Antifa by the end of the movie?
Yeah,
because we see the deputy is still working as a deputy, so I guess they know he did.
I think they just ruled it off as Antifa because so many Antifa bodies were found.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What did you guys think about how they handled? So we talked about Antifa and we talked a bit about Black Lives Matter, how they handled that. What do you think of how they handled COVID and the mask mandates and stuff like that for this first third of the movie?
I think they gave like both sides pretty decently. Like you had the older fellow who in the supermarket was saying he couldn't breathe, and then the mayor was, or the sheriff, excuse me, was saying that he had asthma and didn't want to wear the mask or wanted it under his nose and stuff. So like you had every like version of
and you have the people who are there wearing the mask, and then you have the
the
mayor.
people who wear it everywhere because they want to be safe, the people who it's like half on, half off, like just under the nose. Nah, I think they showed a different range of people's perspectives.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, I pretty much feel like, again, I feel like anyone that felt offended by this movie didn't really take the time to look how they were kind of criticizing the other side, I think. Because like even the sheriff, like his truck, like it had like all kinds of signs and flags hanging off it, which is clearly like, you know, telling of, you know. So it's like, I just felt like Ari Aster
can't say his name. It's like Voldemort.
It did like a really good job of just like, I don't know, really going down the middle. And I feel like if you view this as a dark
think that that's what
comedy,
also people are mad about in Eddington is the fact that it takes that centralist approach, because I think people wanted
it to be
they wanted it to be like one side wanted it to destroy one side and the other side wanted to destroy one side. And when you get a centralist film, people are like, huh? Like, I don't, because they kind of see themselves in it and they're also seeing their opponents in it. But I think what it's really trying to say is like, Eddington is really trying to tell us that COVID and the political atmosphere of the United States has absolutely divided everyone in this country right now, where people who were best friends and neighbors and in a community is torn apart over this. And then also, I think one of the more important messages, which I didn't understand at first when I first watched it, was the ending of Eddington shows that no matter what is happening to the common everyday man, and family and women and kids and everything like that, no matter what's happening to people in the United States, the working class, the elite and the wealthy and the corporations will always swoop in like a vulture and take advantage. And look at that, the Antifa, destroys this whole town basically, and they swoop in and get their electric company built there or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I felt like
Eddington's whatever it was,
centralist approach really highlights the importance of conversation.
Yes.
Regardless of what side you were kind of sitting on, they brought up enough of whatever the other side's points might have been to at least make you think about what it was that they were trying to say.
Yeah.
And I think we don't often listen to like what other people are saying enough sometimes, and we're just like, this is how I feel, you need to feel the same way.
I think it also has an interesting approach with showing us why some people may think the way they think. Like, I'm thinking the one deputy that the white deputy who really helped push the other guy into being the prime suspect for. But like, if you really look at what he saw, it makes sense. Like, he saw all the evidence that led to this, and like as a viewer, we know it's not him, so we're like, "Oh, you idiot!" But when you think about it, like he saw the picture, he saw it was the day before, so we saw the motive, he saw the weapon, and then he saw
the guy playing
the badge. Yeah, he didn't see any of that.
I don't know.
Like, we know they're kind of crazy, and we know that they're kind of like exaggerated of who they actually are, but like at the same time, it really is trying to tell you that neither side is good nor bad. There's things that are bad on both sides, is really what it's trying to tell you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, again, like I feel like it's a, like you said, Spencer, it's just a movie about like self-reflection, really. Like I feel like you need to look inward and be like, I always call the other side like delusional for how they act and how they think and view the world, but like then you see yourself like portrayed on film, and then you're like, damn, is that really how I sound?
Yeah. Like you directly get called out. Yeah.
That's how I look to the other side.
So I don't know. It was interesting.
Yeah, I think it's a really interesting film, and I'm happy it was made. I'm happy we saw it.
Yeah.
I'm curious in the future, like will it age like fine wine or will it like dry up?
Yeah. I think Eddington's a really thought-provoking movie. I don't know that this is something that you need to rush out to the theater and see right now with all the other summer blockbusters and things coming out.
I think you should watch it eventually.
If you see this on TV, on demand, on streaming, or something like that, I would definitely tap in. But $20 to go and see is like a one-off if you don't have like A-list or some other kind of movie viewing pass. I think you should wait.
We're going to rank all of Ari Aster's films from least favorite to favorites. Coming in at number 4, my least favorite of his is Beau is Afraid. I just like didn't understand this film when I was watching it, and I was just like, am I just not smart enough for this film? I kept thinking, I was like, I just am not smart. I'm not smart enough for this. I don't understand it. And I honestly just like, I kind of just like grayed out watching it. Like there's so much that's happening and there were so many cool parts to it. I just like didn't understand what I was watching and why I should care about it. It was just really, really weird, and I can see why people might like it, but I just didn't. Then coming in at number 3, I'm gonna have Eddington. I think it's a really great COVID movie. I think it has some problems, and I wish the script was a little tighter. Coming in at number 2, I got Midsummer, Midsommar, however you pronounce it. It's a pretty cool film. I got to rewatch it, but I think it's a really interesting follow-up to his number 1 movie, which is Hereditary. I think Hereditary is one of the greatest horror movies ever made. It has some of the most shocking imagery, and I think it actually really changed the horror genre when it came out because a lot of people try to emulate that atmosphere that he had in that movie.
Yeah, I think I have a pretty similar list. I didn't see Beau's Afraid, so I'm gonna just throw that in for automatically. I got Eddington at number 3. I got Midsommar at 2. I was telling Tyler the other day, Jordy, I actually fell asleep the first time I watched that movie. Like midway through it. So like I saw everything was normal at the beginning. I went to sleep and woke up and like everything hit the fan and I was like, all right.
And then the guy was being burned alive.
Yeah.
The guy was being burned alive in a bear costume.
I don't know what's going on now. But I also saw Hereditary and that was a nice little movie.
Yeah, that's a crazy movie. Jory, what's your list?
I think, I haven't seen Beau is Afraid, so again, I don't know if I can rank that. But I would probably say Eddington. And honestly, I think I might put Hereditary at 2 and Midsommar at 1.
Okay.
I feel like I really liked Midsommar. I just really enjoyed, I don't know if enjoyed is the right word, but I thought the portrayal of like
that type of torture.
The portrayal of like Florence Pugh's character and her like anxiety was like really accurate. I felt like, and then like her boyfriend kind of like trying to do the right thing for the most part throughout the movie, and then kind of being misguided by this like.
Jory, just tell us the real reason why you liked it. The naked grandmas.
Exactly. That's why.
Yep.
I'm actually part of a cult.
I think Ari Aster,
naked grandma.
Man, he really, really struck gold with Hereditary and then Midsommar, and I feel like he's kind of on a downward spiral, but I think he's really pushing the industry right now. He's not making conventional blockbusters. He's not making conventional genre films, and I really love that about him because what he wants to make, he will make, and he's not going to conform to anything else, which is a detriment and also a plus.
What is your favorite A24 film? Do you have one?
I have one. It's honestly, it's one of my favorite films of all time, The Lighthouse by Robert Eggers. I love this film so much. It is such a weird and unique film. It's something I never thought I'd ever like, but when I saw it, I just like couldn't stop thinking about it, watching theories about it, and everyone just like breaking it down. I love Willem Dafoe and Robert Pattinson. I think it's comedically great when it needs to. I think the tone of it is awesome. I love like the cosmic horror that it has to it. I love the different theories you can have with it. It is just such a great film. For me, it's like a top 5 film of all time for me. I don't know why I love it so much, but I can totally understand why people despise this film. I just love it.
Okay.
Yeah, for me, I think I'd have to go with Everything Everywhere All at Once. Michelle
Mm.
Yeoh, she
Yeah.
was cooking in that movie. I
That's
think
good.
Hereditary might be my second,
Yeah, Hereditary's up there for me as well.
but Everything Everywhere,
Everything Everywhere All at Nice is a great
is a
film.
really nice movie.
Yeah, this is really tough. There's so many. I would say Everything Everywhere. I really enjoyed Ex Machina. That's a really good one.
Ex Machina. That's
And then
that's Alex Garland.
okay, yeah, there you go. And there's another movie, I think it's A24 with Brie Larson, who plays Captain Marvel. It's called Room. I think that's an A24 movie. She's basically like held captive by this predator for like her entire adolescent life. And then yeah, I'm not going to say what
I haven't seen
happens,
that one.
but it's really interesting. Very, very interesting.
Yeah, I haven't seen that one. But A24, I feel like used to be very selective with what they were coming out with. You knew if an A24 movie was coming out, you knew it was going to be a banger. But now they're kind of throwing a lot out, and it's like every other week there's a new A24 movie. Like
Well, the
Bodies,
studio probably
Bodies.
just grew.
Oh, they exponentially grew. I mean,
What's it called?
there's that movie like Death of a Unicorn and The Legend of Ochi and um Civil War. I think Warfare. I don't remember if that's A24. So yeah, I feel like nowadays they're just like there's a lot coming out and they're not all to the top quality that they used to be.
Yeah. It's like Pixar.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you guys see Disney was like mad? They were talking about their like new original IPs or something. And they were like, well, if you guys aren't going out to see like Elio and stuff like that, then you guys don't really want those.
Well, it's like how you make a good movie.
Exactly. Like if you make a nice one. But speaking of returning IPs, we need an Incredibles 3
No.
or an Incredibles prequel. Have you been seeing Incredibles trend lately?
No, really?
Yeah.
It's trending.
People keep posting the backstories of all the characters.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Like, I think there's Gamma Man or Mr.
Oh,
Gamma
you know
or
what? I
something
think I
like
did
that.
see some of that, yeah.
Guy was saying he was only saving women if they were hot.
No, yeah,
Worked
yeah.
his way backwards.
That sounds like our friend Justin, but instead they would deny him the opportunity to save him.
And then they had a girl that said that she was using mind control to get dudes to date her and break up with their boyfriend.
Oh, geez.
I was like,
what up, Incredibles?
The Incredibles was just the boys.
Yeah, literally.
Jeez.
Before that came out.
Yeah. That's a good one. That's good. But yeah, A24, definitely one of my more favorite production companies. I think they have some of the greatest films of all time, but also some really probably stinkers now.
It happens.
Yeah.
It happens.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's it really. I mean, I think Eddington was an overall a lot better than one that 1-star review was saying. I don't think it's a 5-star personally. I think it has some problems that really rely on or it has some problems with the script and that's really where it lies with. I think all the actors did great. I think the production design, production value of it was great. I think it just the script just didn't flow as good with me, and I felt like at the end I didn't super feel connected to the story, even though I lived through it.
Yeah. Does your rating for Eddington change at all after our talk?
I'm gonna keep mine at a 7. I think that's like a very average score, like maybe a little above average, because I think it is a little above average, but I don't think it's anything that I'm like drooling over. Like it's no Sinners.
Yeah.
Or 28 Years Later.
I think my rating does change a little bit. Might have to bring out the Jory Mickens famous decimal point.
See?
I got it somewhere between like a 7.25 and a 7.5.
7.25.
See, I've never gone 2 decimal points. I've never
Yeah,
gone that
that's
far.
crazy. Well, that's a new Spencer.
Either 7.25 or 7.5.
Yeah. All right. You know what? I'll take it.
I think honestly, I might drop this down to like a 6.9.
6.9.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
Sorry. I wanted to say the Superman review. I also want to drop the Superman rating down. Not that it really matters at this point, but I'm gonna drop it down to like a 7.
Okay.
7.
I think I had it at like a 7.4 or something.
Right. Guy drops down 0.4. He was adamant about having to tell
I had to. I was thinking about it and I was like,
Did you see Mr. Terrific? Him alone probably gets that movie a 7.
Yeah, well,
this guy's a hater.
No, I mean I don't disagree. I'm not gonna get too into it, but I saw like some people again, like this one person I follow, they saw the movie like 5 times in 1 week, and I'm like, the movie's not that good for 5
days. We're just watching it.
Yeah, literally.
Day.
I actually saw George Carmine movies and stuff on TikTok. He had a very similar review to us. He did not love Superman. And George, I'm here to tell you, you are not alone. We didn't think Superman was that great either. It was good enough, but it was disappointing. And I know he got torn to shreds. He said, because he's got a pretty big following on Movie Talk. He posted his Letterboxd review. I think he gave it a 2.5 stars at first out of 5. And he said within like 20 minutes, I think, or something like that, like really quickly, he had like hundreds of comments just destroying him. And he was like, you haven't even seen this movie yet. He's like, why can't I just explain my opinion? And I totally agree. You know, if you have valid, opinion, your opinion is always valid to yourself. But if you have valid critiques on it, which I think he did, and a lot of them were what we had with the movie, I think, you got people in your corner. You got people in your corner.
Yeah. Interestingly, I did end up seeing that movie twice because I watched it with my family on day 0 that Thursday. Yeah. And then when I got back, Justin wanted to see it with me before the review. So I watched it again with him. And I'll be honest, my first watch of the movie, I was disappointed too.
Yeah.
But having gone back and seen it a second time, and you get that initial, what's the word? Your expectations are kind of gone.
Yeah.
When you go back the second time. And then I felt like I enjoyed it more.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can see that.
I mean, Jordan right tell me that it's his favorite superhero of all time.
Superman is your favorite superhero of all time?
Superhero movie.
Is that right?
That's what he texted me right now. He did.
I just said that, yeah.
Yep. But speaking of superhero movies, real quick, we got Fantastic Four coming out this weekend. I'm so hyped.
Yeah.
So
I've already got my ticket. Ready to go.
Sir.
We've changed the time like 4 different times because they keep adding they keep adding more times that are earlier. Because originally we were seeing this movie at like almost 11 p.m. And then we found another theater that we could do it a little earlier, and now the closer theater has an earlier time that's completely open, so we took that.
And Jordan, if you're seeing this, you're gonna have to do the review.
He's not going to.
No, if that guy makes us change our tickets to be able to see the movie, we have to force that guy on the pod.
Let's just real quick. Let's see. What is your hope of a rating for Fantastic Four First Steps? What are you hoping the movie is? Or what are you expecting it to be, maybe?
I'm hoping it's an 8.
Okay. Jory?
I was also gonna say 8 because I don't expect it to be like the best Marvel movie I've ever seen. But I'm excited. I think it'll be better than Superman. Or at least what I thought Superman was. I think so.
Yeah, I'm gonna hope. My prediction is it's gonna be like an 8 to an 8.5. I don't think 9 is like top tier. I did see that people have seen early reactions of it so far, and it's getting good reviews, but I'm trying to stay away from it, dude. It's just like I literally can't go anywhere. I keep telling TikTok, I keep saying I'm not interested in any Fantastic Four clips. and it'll say like, why aren't you interested in it? And I'll click on the Fantastic Four hashtag. I'll say, don't show me this. And then I scroll and there's like 5 more Fantastic Four clips. I'm like,
You probably watched that whole Fantastic Four video though before you hit.
yeah, probably. So now I guarantee you Thursday I'm gonna have to delete TikTok for a day because it's just gonna get spoiled for me.
I hate how much they're showing.
Yeah.
I hate how much they're showing Galactus.
Yeah.
I think they're showing him way too much. Between, I was saying to Spencer, I was like, between the trailer, between toys, Legos, popcorn buckets, posters, like
they just can't help it.
They can't help it.
Anything they can.
Like, Jesus. I think people are gonna go see this movie regardless. So, like, I don't stop. I don't know.
I've tried.
I don't know. Yeah,
I've only watched the first trailer, and I've tried to stay away from everything else. But like on TV earlier today, like the trailer was shown, and I just like looked away, but I could hear, and I was like, dude, they're showing so much. I really hope they're like they're saving some stuff for the actual movie.
I mean, I have such high hopes for this movie because I feel like we're at such a fork in the road for where the Marvel Cinematic Universe is right now.
Yeah,
if this movie goes bad after all the time that they spent setting it up and telling us how great and things it was going to be, it's going to completely derail everything else that they have going.
Yeah.
But if it lands, then people might feel better about what they're doing with Doctor Doom and everything else that they have planned.
Is the Marvel fatigue real? We'll find out when Fantastic Four comes out.
Everything hinges on this one.
Yeah, I think it really does.
Oh, man.
So
it's a lot of pressure.
Check back for a review this weekend. Fantastic Four, First Steps, and Smurfs.
The Smurf.
I won't be there. You didn't ask, but that was our review of Eddington. Hope you enjoyed. It was a wacky movie. And we had a wacky conversation. But
real wacky.
Tap in for our Fantastic Four.
Oh yeah.
We also have an NBA podcast that we recorded.
Yes, sir.
I don't know if you have any interest in sports. Tap in. That was fun. Yeah. But yeah, until next time.
Yeah.
Yeah. You did that
later.
But we're gonna be back for more.